What's going on, Shinobi? Kamusta? It's your sensei, and in this video, I'm going to be breaking down how I 1v4'd my last 4 enemies. But before I do that, I'm going to play the clip normally so you can see everything in action and then break it down. Alright, so first off, when you're fighting a squad, you need to have a stable connection. There's absolutely nothing worse than disconnecting just when you finally positioned yourself to clutch the game. So if you have an unstable network, high ping, or excessive lag, I recommend you to check out Gear Up Booster. It's very easy to use, gives you network stability, and reduces lag. So as you can see here, my ping is already low. It typically ranges anywhere from 22 to 44 ms, but after using Gear Up Booster, it consistently ranges from 16 to 24 ms. But since I already have pretty good internet, I don't benefit from it as much as someone who would typically have high ping. For example, if you were to have 136 ms, then this can bring you down to the low 20s. And since Gear Up Booster is collaborating with brands like Microsoft and Epic Games, you don't have to worry about getting banned for having really good ping. And what's even better is that they give you a free 3-day trial, so if you don't like it, which I doubt, you can cancel it at any time. So thank you Gear Up Booster for sponsoring this video. I have the link in the description for those who are interested. Now breaking down this clip, you never want to take on more than one enemy at the same time. You're going to be taking double the damage at double the speed, so always focus on one enemy at a time, but be aware of all your enemies' positions at the same time. Alright, so here this was an in-game situation. I remember I saw an enemy here on this tree who I did not want to approach, so zone's going to be pretty much in my favor here in this last clip. I didn't want to go out into the open because I was surrounded by quite a few enemies. They were all coming from different directions. You see one enemy here. You can see another enemy there. It's a Sienna, if I remember that correctly. And then, yeah, I just didn't want to go and rush this already early because I would get killed from every direction. So I just take a few shots, I heal. And then this bow, which is a very bad idea, he threw his grenades at me. I didn't even know where he was. But now I can see his head poking up there. So I take a few shots at him. And I know that I want to take high ground here. So since Cypher just got her teleportation ability, I wanted to take high ground. So here I'm going to take high ground so I can get a better view and scope out everything that's going on this higher up building. So I teleport, I look around and see where everybody's at. And I can't see anybody over there. So most likely I just figured out, okay, so maybe they're all still just hiding behind the trees. So here, I saw this ember. At the very last second, I barely saw him because this was covering it up. So I saw the ember go into the crate. Then I also saw a piece of somebody's head. So here I was mainly focused on the ember, but I barely saw the other guy over there. So I throw the EMP. I'm like, okay, bet. I'm about to try to take out one of these guys to pick him off so I don't have to face the entire squad at the same time. Throw the EMP. Now he swung out. I did not expect that. So I'm going to boost backwards so I don't get taken out by 2 enemies at the same time. Remember I said earlier, double the speed. I mean, 2 enemies, you get killed faster. So you don't want to take that type of fight. So I say, okay, boom. I see 2 enemies. I don't want to take that. Let's just try to re-peek to see if anybody's changed positions. So at this time, I thought that the bow went back that way, but you'll see where he's at in a second. So here, I only see one set of footsteps. I thought that it was an ember, but I didn't realize that he was crouched. So boom, take out the ember. And then right here, I didn't know what was happening. I thought my game was tripping. But nah, that was the bow. So the bow ended up swinging around. Let's rewind this. Here you can see the bow is swinging around this way. He kept going. He kept going all the way to behind this crate. He swung all the way around to there. I didn't see that because I went back behind here. So right when I got here, I assumed that that's when he decided to go right there. So the EMP is still doing damage. And then I tried to jump. I was trying to go back behind the other crate so I can take out the bow. But he surprised me right here. I was like, oh, okay, bet. And at the last second right here, you can see some footsteps pop up. I saw this moving on my screen. So it's the Sienna behind me. Let's see if I can get this. So like right here, you see the footsteps circling all the way around. So I take out the bow. I realize like, oh my gosh, there's an enemy on my right. So that's a Sienna that was behind the tree earlier that I was talking about. Let's see if I can find that real quick. That's her right here. That's a Sienna from now. That's a Sienna later now. So take out the bow. Realize there's footsteps on my right. I don't want to get taken. I don't want to take extra damage right now because I just killed them. I'm low on ammo. I don't want to do that. So boom, I see them. Like, okay, bet. And plus that's the MG7 too. I think that was the MG7. So all that it takes is like a few shots and you're dead. So I really didn't want to take that fight. However, I jump with the vertical boost, reposition. I get a few little shots on her right there, and I realized like, okay, I don't want to take this fight at close range with no health, well, with no shields, and with an MG7, and I still don't know where the other enemies are at. So I know I got her, and I know it's one more other enemy. So I'm like, okay, bet I need to get out of here. Throw my teleportation, and look at this. Had I not thrown that teleportation when I did, let's see if you can see these gunshots. So I know I still got the Sienna circling around on my left, and also I had another guy on my right. But boom, I was taking extra damage. Had I stayed there, I would have died. But like, okay, bet I'm gonna heal up now because obviously I need to heal. And I have a good position to do so. And now here, I don't know why they decided to heal out in the open. They should have went inside of the crate to do that. That would have made it much more challenging for me, and she could have definitely gotten that heal off since it's a Sienna. But I'm like, okay, I can't let y'all go off with that res. So boom, take out the Sienna. Take out the Sienna first. Okay, I forgot to mention that. I wanted to take out the Sienna first. I wanted to win this game and end it as quick as possible. So I don't want to kill the bow and then she can just run away. So take her out while she's busy, and then go ahead and finish both of them. Now I see the Senil circling around. He's just completely clueless. I don't even know if he knew what he was doing. So he's circling around. And I wanted to play this extremely safe. So I'm like, okay, let me just get a few extra shots on him. And typically I wouldn't have healed myself here, but I didn't know how good or bad this Senil was, so I wanted to be completely prepared. So now I see the Senil still down there. I'm like, okay, bet. He's circling around underneath me. Now that was his big mistake. All I had to do was just jump from high ground to go on the same level he was. So this just told me his skill level right there. No good player would have done what he just did in the way that he did it. So he went ahead and went down, and I unzipped him. This is the way of the dojo. Peace.